Greetings, my name is Arja Martikainen and I run a service called Games Finland. I'm going to talk about how does the talent acquisition look like in 2017, what is driving the job seekers, and also a question, is there a mismatch in the market? In Finland we are speaking about kohtaanto-ongelma, so there is definitely a problem for the companies to find enough resources. I usually forget to tell my name even when I start speaking, but here is a slide about me. But what I can tell, I joined games industry in 2004 when I joined a small company called Sumea that became Digital Chocolate, and Digital Chocolate has been kind of like the motherlode of gaming when it comes to resources. So there were 400 people that went through Helsinki units and maybe another 1,000 more in the other units. We were in 7 countries. For the past 4 years I've been recruiting for various companies, and then also I'm running the Games Finland. I will speak about trends in games roles, what's hot, what's not, and which are the areas that are most sought after. And then what are the candidates looking for, and what the employers try to offer them, and then is there a mismatch in the candidate market, and then a bit about a brand and how to catch talent. So what should an employer focus to when they are trying to find new people, and at the end a couple of tips in order to recognize a talent. And so we made a survey to the followers of Games Finland last May, June, and here are some results from that survey. We haven't published it completely yet, but it's going out bit by bit. So trends in games roles, I just checked. I've been looking for 2D artists, and yesterday's number was 85. So there were 85 candidates looking for the same, trying to catch the same one single position in a company. So there is definitely a lot of art resources there, sound design, composing, most of the very few in-house profiles. Most of these people are doing freelancing, user support, a lot of people and managers, but it's like all possible managers, because on the other hand, games companies may have, there may be a shortage of producers on the other side. And then less candidates than jobs, animators, analysts, marketers. This is like everlasting pain there. Then let's go towards the results, what we found out during our survey. So top 3 on the candidate list, what were they? They were location, career development, and meaningful job. These are the 3 main things that candidates are looking at when they are searching for a new job. Then on what the employers try to offer them. So of course I spoke with one CEO, and he said that the most important thing in the company is projects. So what you do and how to tell about the projects. Then also companies try to make the environment as good as possible, so investment into work community. And then also they want to support the meaningfulness of the job, which was like in top 3 among candidates. Now, well, is there a match? There are also a couple of other points there bubbling under. So on the candidate side, there was also work community and salary as the 5th point this year. And on the employer side, there was opportunities to do remote work. So of course, they want to invest in all different ways of doing work, and then image of the company. But what was interesting there from the candidate side, very surprising, was that location was so high up. So actually not only that you have decent work career development opportunities and so forth, like meaning in your daily doing. It's also nice to commute fairly short trip to your work. And that's actually quite interesting points. But then also on the other side, in the employers, they may think of that, okay, it's good to develop also the ways of working, so that's why remote work was also mentioned there. And interestingly, the projects or what type of products the company does, it doesn't seem to be so interesting to candidates as the employers think of. So maybe at the end of the day, it's kind of like what is important for the candidates. It's the what's the general image of the company, and does it have a good reputation? That's actually very valuable. Of course, people look at what they do, what kind of products they do, but if there has been a successful game, for example, it's already done. So it's not even like a prediction of the future. So, but hopefully when a candidate recruit ends up to the company, there is at least hope that there will be another success and he or she is part of doing it. And mismatch at the hiring market according to employers. So 60%, of course, they tell that they have problems finding talent. And then there is 40% that doesn't seem to have that much problems. Seniority is missing. This is very visible problem in Finland. All seniors, they know enough people, so they can kind of like talk to their mates, and if there is something happening in their current job or company, for example, fails, so then they usually talk themselves into another company fairly easily at the moment. There is good number of juniors, but it may be that there may be a bit of trouble of companies to hire trainees, and there is a lot of trainees looking for and juniors looking for their first opportunities. Then employers say that level of applications is weak. Now, well, it may be weak if you do not have anything to show. So at least schools try to enhance this learning by doing type of education, and so that people have at least some sort of portfolio to show to start with. And then this is of course like when the industry is developing, there is ever-changing job requirements, so there is very seldom a 100% match in job and between the job profile and the candidate profile. I would be a bit worried if it would be 100%, because there must be something missing then. And of course, hiring is expensive and risky, and then sometimes companies just do not put enough effort to recruitment. So sometimes it's just like they think that, yes, we just shout to the corridor and that's it. So and somebody will show up, but it doesn't happen like that. And then some recruiters, I've seen this happen, and this is really ridiculous sometimes. People, especially supervisors in-house, they may kind of like, they just cut off candidates just based on some irrelevant reason. And it's really funny, but that's another talk. And then also we have challenges attracting foreign workforce, of course. It's very nice to, despite of the occasional cold weather, it's actually very nice to live in Finland, so, but we would need more. And how to tackle the problems in recruitment? No. This is kind of like the giveaway that I would like to give you, especially if you are hiring people. So focus on the employer brand. First, learn what is good in your company and what keeps the people in your team, and what is good in your good in general. And then speak the truth and nothing but the truth when you talk to people. Be consistent And if there is some imperfection in your company, acknowledge it. And then personalize your message when you talk to when you present yourself in the recruitment market. And then how to attract the talents come to you. So just take the previous list and fix the things. And you need to be present in multiple channels. You need to walk and talk. Really, it doesn't help anymore just to throw advertisement out there online. But you really need to be present in multiple places. And then you need to be approachable and brand yourself so that you are not just a unicorn or something hard to reach, because I've seen also companies that have branded themselves as one of the most difficult places to get in, and that actually turns off quite a nice number of good candidates from you. They don't even try. And then also you need to remember that if you have employees in your company that are able to bring in good candidates, usually the quality of these candidates is quite good, or it's very useful to also listen to your own people and who they bring in, because there is much more responsibility of those suggestions. They take responsibility of the people that they bring in. And this is also like this information is based on LinkedIn and on their findings. And then recruitment marketing, what has changed over the years. So it's good to define what you are looking for, and you need to be ready to move immediately if a decent candidate shows up. Because if there is a senior candidate available, this person probably has 2 or 3 other positions available also, and they can really select. And you need to invest in outbound, be present in networks, internet services, then your own pages, how you present your own jobs, and how your management and your personnel communicates about the company. And then also it's good to think of the passive candidates, those that are already applying to you. They are the active ones, but the passive candidates may be available, for example, in the network of agents like me, or then in your own company people networks. They are just waiting for a suitable or fitting job that they move forward. And then how to recognize the talents. I used to, while I was working as a HR and recruiter, I got this idea that, well, this talent, there are moments in the company history when certain things are changing. For example, new technology comes up, and there is always someone who has figured out the issue or the problem before anybody else. And even if, and then this skill that has formulated, it may be something even hard to define, but no one else has that understanding at that time. And also, there may be some sort of even cultural mismatch with the person, the talented person, and the general culture of the company. But also, it's good to understand so that okay, this person brings something extra to us. Maybe a little bit difficult person, or something is not exactly right, but you need to think how long you want the person to stay. It may be okay that the person stays for a year or 2 years, but if he or she does the trick, brings in the necessary information or skill or tool or technology, that's fine. And remember, very often the best ones are only trespassing. Then also, talent is not always a talent, so talent and skill may fade. We are not superstars all through our career. And then at the end of the day, sometimes it's just good to be rational, and it's good to hire the one that actually do the job. So not always look for the best of the best, because they are rare. So, but you need to be able to do the job. And that's all that I had to say today. Come to talk to me if you feel like, and you can reach me at Games Jobs Finland. Thanks.